been talking about the authentic life. We've been talking about the integrated life and this desire we have for lasting happiness in a changing world. A happiness that is independent of situations and circumstances. And the price of that is discipline. You know, in fact, if you want to measure the level of happiness in a person's life, go ahead and measure the level of discipline in their life. You're going to be pretty close. You know, you're probably never going to have more happiness in your life than you have discipline in your life. There's an almost direct relationship between happiness and discipline in our lives. And so if we are constantly losing our temper, then, you know, we lack the discipline to control our temper, and it is going to rob us of happiness. And it is going to rob people around us of happiness as well. And so the price of an integrated life, the price of living an authentic life, is discipline, and that manifests in a whole variety of ways, most of which surround self-control. You know, one of the ways that we are called as Christians to exercise this self-control is through our appetites. You know, we are creatures of appetite. We have all types of appetites that come every day. You know, appetite for food, appetite for drink, you know, appetite for sleep. Many of these appetites given to us by God as part of His design of us in order to keep us alive. They're survival mechanisms, right? But even something very, very good can be twisted and turned into something, you know, very, very damaging or even diabolical, you know. And we see that, I think, in our own age with sexual appetites. You know, we see that with the radical spread of pornography in our culture. You know, because pornography kills love. And yet it takes something that is extremely beautiful and central to the human experience and distorts it. And the reality is that these appetites that we have, they're not going away. They're not going away. I talked to a priest friend of mine. You know, and you talk about the vows that, you know, priest takes. You know, and I said to him, does it get easier to live the vow of chastity as you get older? He said, no. Said, I sort of laughed. I said, well, you're 72 years old, you know? And he said, that doesn't matter. I'm a human being. I'm a male human being, you know? And while my birth certificate might say I'm 72, there's a lot of times in my mind I still think I'm 30 years old. and I have a very active imagination. And so these appetites, they're with us always. And so there's no making peace with them. We either control them or they control us. Okay? They're either our slaves or we're their slaves. There's no middle ground. And to pretend otherwise is to be delusional at some level. And so living an authentic life, living in an integrated life requires that we learn to control our appetites. You struggle with some, I struggle with others. You know, I like food. I don't know if you've noticed. You know, other people struggle with other things. You know, it's easier for some people to hide what they struggle with than it is for others to hide what they struggle with. But the reality is we all struggle with something when it comes to the area of appetites. What is it that you're struggling with? And how do you feel God calling you to exercise control over that in your daily life?
Did you know that 71% of the people that watch Matthew Kelly's videos are not subscribers? That makes no sense. We need to change that. Subscribe today. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on another great video ever again.